What happens when the very document that protects your freedoms, the U.S. Constitution, is ignored or violated? What rights do you have? Who enforces it? And what consequences follow when those in power break the rules they swore to uphold? Every day, Americans interact with government officials, police, prosecutors, government workers, regulators, and sometimes those interactions go wrong. When the Constitution is violated, millions of people ask, "What are my rights? What happens next?" Today, we're diving deep into U.S. constitutional law to answer those questions in a way that's clear, legal, and educational. Before we begin, subscribe to this channel for reliable, American-focused legal explanations so you can protect your rights with confidence. Let's get started. What is the U.S. Constitution? The U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It establishes how the government works and sets limits on government power. Key parts of the Constitution include the preamble, the purpose of the government articles 1 through 7, defining the branches of government, the Bill of Rights, first 10 amendments protecting individual liberties, subsequent amendments expanding rights over time. The Constitution is not a list of punishments. It's a framework for rights and limits. If government actions violate the Constitution itself does not say, "You go to jail." Instead, other parts of the legal system provide consequences. Let's understand how that works. To know what happens when the Constitution is violated, we must know the rights it protects. Fourth Amendment, search and seizure. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. This protects you from unlawful searches of your home, police rummaging through your phone without a warrant, illegal traffic stop searches. If violated, evidence may be suppressed in court. Excluded. Fifth Amendment, due process and self-incrimination. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. This protects you from being punished without a fair process, being forced to testify against yourself, Miranda rights. If violated, cases may be dismissed or evidence excluded. Sixth Amendment, fair trial you have the right to. A speedy public trial, confront witnesses. Have a lawyer violation here can lead to reversal of convictions. New trials. Eighth Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. Bars, torture, and excessive punishments. If violated, sentences may be ruled unconstitutional, punishments reduced. 14th Amendment, equal protection and due process. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. This is the constitutional root for civil rights claims anti-discrimination law, due process in all states, equal protection against unfair government treatment. What does it mean to violate the Constitution? A constitutional violation occurs when government acts without legal foundation, government acts beyond its authority, government discriminates without justification, government deprives someone of rights without due process. Examples: police search your home without a warrant. A law discriminates based on race or gender. A public school punishes speech unfairly. A government agency seizes property without fair notice. When these happen, the Constitution has been violated. WHO can violate the Constitution. Contrary to what some think, constitutional violations are not limited to federal government actions. They can be committed by local police state governments, federal agencies, municipal officials, public schools. If someone is acting under color of law, the Constitution applies. Immediate legal consequences when rights are violated. When a constitutional right is violated, here's what can happen. 1. Suppression of evidence. In criminal cases, if police illegally search your home, tablets, phones, or body, that evidence may be ruled inadmissible under the exclusionary rule. This means prosecutors cannot use it in court. 2. Dismissal of charges. If key evidence is excluded, prosecutors often must drop charges to avoid unfair trials. 3. Reversal on appeal. If someone was convicted based on unconstitutional conduct, appellate courts, state or federal, may reverse the conviction. 4. Injunctions. Courts can order government to stop unconstitutional actions. One of the most common ways individuals seek accountability is through civil lawsuits. 42 U.S.C. Section 1983. This law allows people to sue state or local government officials for civil rights violations. You can seek money damages, compensation for losses, injunctive relief, stop harmful policies. This is not criminal punishment, but it provides accountability. Individuals can also sue for violations of equal protection, due process, First Amendment rights, Fourth Amendment rights. Successful claims can result in past compensation for harm, future protections, orders forcing reforms. Civil suits are powerful tools for citizens. Criminal prosecutions for official misconduct. The Constitution itself does not specify criminal penalties. That comes from statutes. Officials who violate laws, not just rights, may be prosecuted under state or federal law, charged with crimes like perjury, obstruction of justice, excessive force, etc. For example, an official lying under oath may face perjury charges. A police officer using unjustified force may face assault or civil rights criminal charges. In some cases, U.S. attorneys charge officials under 18 U.S.C. Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. This addresses willful violations of constitutional rights. For government officials, another constitutional consequence is removal from office. Under the Constitution, Congress can impeach federal officials, including the president. Governors and state officials can be removed under state law. This is accountability at the highest level. The U.S. Supreme Court and lower courts have the power of judicial review, the ability to strike down laws that violate the Constitution. Landmark cases include Brown v. Board of Education, racial segregation, Roe v. Wade, privacy rights, though later reshaped, Miranda v. Arizona, police procedures, Riley v. California, searching phones. Judicial review is how constitutional violations are interpreted and controlled. Not all violations result in liability. Qualified immunity often protects government officials from civil damages unless the right was clearly established at the time. This doctrine is controversial and often debated, especially in police accountability cases. States often provide stronger protections than federal minimums. Examples: state constitutions, state civil rights acts, extended statute of limitations, Attorney General enforcement. State courts often interpret rights with unique standards. Real-world examples. Scenario A: a police search a home without a warrant. Court suppresses evidence, charges dropped. Scenario B: a government teacher punishes speech unfairly. Civil rights lawsuit policy changes plus damages. Scenario C: an official discriminates in government contracts. Federal civil rights suit plus injunction. Each scenario shows how the system responds to constitutional violations. What you should do if your rights are violated: document the incident, seek legal counsel, preserve evidence, file a complaint, HR, agency, DOJ, EECC. Consider civil action. Knowing your rights is the first step to enforcing them. The Constitution does not exist in a vacuum. It exists to protect you. When rights are ignored or violated, the U.S. legal system provides remedies, accountability, compensation reform. If this video helped you understand your constitutional rights and what happens when they are violated, like this video, subscribe for more U.S. legal education, and share this with someone who should know their rights. Knowledge isn't just power, it's protection.